From a very early age, I've always been aware that Watts is a family business. And I later became to understand how family businesses have a different culture to many others. The way we treat our people, our communities, our suppliers, our staff, our customers, and how we act as part of the communities we're in. It all began over 150 years ago when my great-great-grandfather, David Lazarus Watts, arrived at Lydney Harbour. There was no railway line there then, but just becoming. He soon met Elizabeth Stevens and they got married. And they set up a shop together. He was not of the best of health. And after they'd had 5 children, one of which was Josiah Stevens Watts, he passed away. And Elizabeth Stevens was left to bring up the 5 children together. Josiah Stevens went to do an ironmongery apprenticeship in Bristol. And there he met a lady whom he married, Clara. They came back to Lydney and set up an ironmongery shop, which expanded into Royal Mail contract, cycles and motor vehicles. Their sons, Arthur and John, followed this interest in transport, Arthur being particularly mechanically minded and John being rather more commercial. Innovation was clearly in their DNA, and Arthur developed not only a Watney bicycle, but Watney motorcycles, took on a Ford franchise. But then World War I came, and they had to leave and left their mother, Clara, to run the business, together with their sister, Greta. But at the end of World War I, Arthur saw an opportunity. He went to Greece and purchased a load of ex-WD Albion vehicles and all their spare parts and brought them back to England. The bank manager was not impressed, but he did manage to sell them at a good profit. At one time, I understand, Watts had more Albion spares than the factory. Arthur continued his relationship with Albion, becoming distributors for South Wales. Arthur, also being an inventor, began work on developing a diesel engine. Eventually, he sold his rights for diesel engines to Albion. Arthur was not content to stand still and saw an opportunity to retread the tyres on motor vehicles. A customer would bring their car to the workshops, leave it there for 5 days while the tyres were taken off and new treads put on them. The retreading and recycling of tyres was to become a big part of the company's business after World War II. Arthur had always hated waste and wanted to reuse any materials, whether it be by burning old tyres to produce the steam in the factory for retreading them, or by cutting them up and making the Duratrack industrial tyre, which later led to our major industrial tyre business. Whilst the sale, distribution and repair of trucks has been constant over the last 100 years, other businesses like Urethane have sprung out of the tyre business, and they now make a large range of products, very few of which are tyres. Plyslin business came as a result of our interest in industrial tyres and rubber compounding, and was a completely accidental purchase, but has done very well for us in its production of polymeric sheet. To be chairman of a business founded by your forefathers over 150 years ago is a rare privilege. It was by their example, energy, vision, that the foundations for the present and the future were laid. I'm proud that our family culture of looking after people and communities continue to this day. Even though our activities may change, we will hold firm to those principles in the future.